Namaste, everyone. Namaste and good morning. Well, here in the United States, good morning, at least on the West Coast. Before we start, let's ask for divine blessing, shall we? To the divine supreme God, divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints of all traditions, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Twakok Sri Mahaguji Mailing, we thank you for divine light, divine love. Thank you for your wisdom, guidance, help, and divine protection. We thank you in full faith, and so it is. Right, so today, before we do our meditation, just a short lesson on how to treat others. And this is one of those things where when we get on the spiritual path, we have a tendency to think that we're better than someone else, or we have a tendency to observe. At the same time, if there's a lot of anger and resentment inside towards ourselves or other people, there's a tendency to have excessive criticism. So we have this as one of the Chinese proverbs. It's like a comic book that I'm reading. I love comic books. You might as well learn something from it. So there's these two women walking around, and they saw an old lady. And they saw the old lady was frail and old. The body's old. One of them started criticizing, hey, she's old, she's ugly, she's this and that. And the other person was smart enough to say, hey, don't criticize because one day you also get old. And, subsequently in the cartoon, in the next slide where that lady that was criticizing, time went by and her body became very old. She looked in the mirror and she remembered, she's also looking the same way as the other lady 20, 30 years earlier. So the lesson is actually quite simple. Because I know some of you saying, well, when you see something, you just say. It's not about observing and describing what you see. It's the emotion, the intent, the mindset behind it. And I'm sharing this with you because I remember many years ago when I was with my teacher, there's a tendency for some people it's part of the lesson we talked about the other day about self-significance. There's certain seeds within us that always want to think, we're better than somebody else. So we have a tendency to not just observe and describe, but criticize. Now, you say, well, I'm criticizing, I'm telling like it is. That's correct. You're criticizing in a sense, because criticism could be good if it's constructive. However, if it's excessive and it's laced with a little bit of gloating, like, I'm doing so well. That person, he's broke. He didn't know how to take care of his finances. Look at me. I'm, doing very well financially. I have everything set. You're describing something that is true. However, it's not as much as describing what's happening. There's already gloating, looking down on other people and letting them know it, as well as excessive criticism. I know these two are different, but they're also interconnected. And oftentimes, if you just listen and observe other people, you also observe it in yourself. Sometimes especially politically, I've seen this with my own eyes. You have several parties, more than one, and one of them will look at the other one. See, that person, he looks tired, old, and decrepit. They're describing another person, another party. But when you look at the person in their own party, even though that person he or she has a lot of faults, they don't notice it. But the other person, they say, see, that person is old, that person is useless, and so on and so on. They don't notice it. I've also noticed there are people where they don't like someone, they see everything that is wrong and magnify it. So we really have to watch our thoughts and emotions, because oftentimes we use honesty, right? Honesty as a way to be hurtful to other people. And this excessive criticism happens so much, we don't realize that we are actually creating our own prison. Let me do it again. This tendency to over-criticize also creates our prison. When I say prison, it's because the thoughts and emotions that we have of being overcritical of other people, making small things huge. Like, you look at a person, they go, hey, they missed that, they didn't pass that driver's test. I mean, really, really trivial here. They didn't pass the driving test. You see, he's so dumb. He can't even pass the driver's test. You're going, have you ever flunked any test at all? Yeah, but how come suddenly became that little something becomes suddenly the person's dumb and stupid? Maybe he's just not well versed in the laws of concerning driving regulations in that area. It could be anything. But you take that one little thing and generalize it. It is actually, listen, a character defect. The tendency to always over-criticize, look at the faults of other people. And because of that, we create this massive thought forms, massive cloud of thought forms inside our aura that actually imprisons us, that prevents us from seeing the good in other people. Now, what people don't realize, the negative karma of that is twofold. Number one, the karmic effect is people will always criticize you in the future. Every little thing you do, you're going to be under a microscope. You know why? Don't even talk about karma. When people listen to you and you like to criticize other people, guess what happens? You better not screw up, because if you mess up, people will see every fault you have and slam it back in your face. You're going to say, see, you're so hypocritical. You're saying this about other people. You're doing the same thing. Sounds familiar? So that's the first part of the karma. The second part of the karma is, since we're swimming in this cloud of over-criticism of other people, we cannot see a clear perception of ourselves. Since we always look at the bad things in other people, those thought forms swarm us so much that we cannot see things clearly. We have a tendency to only see the bad things at other people. And guess what happens? At some point, those thought forms fill up your consciousness so much, you start seeing the bad things within oneself. You see what I'm saying? Before you know it, there's low self-esteem. So this part of over-criticism might not be a big deal for a lot of people. I see it every day. You see it in the news. You see it with the people you walk around with. They like to say, they laugh at people. See, that person's so dumb. That person, that's such an ugly shirt. That's an ugly dress. I'm going, okay, you don't like the shirt. You don't like the dress. Or you don't like the accent. Or you don't like whatever. Do you really have to broadcast it to the world simultaneously? Have a certain edge to it, like, that's such an ugly shirt, it makes him look like whatever. I'm thinking, no wonder you have problems in your life. You cannot control your thoughts. You cannot control your mouth. So as you keep thinking these negative thoughts or over-criticize other people, you open your mouth, it broadcasts the energy, it hurts them. Watch this. Karmically, it hurts you, thickens the cloud of negative perception in your aura. Good luck. Suffering follows. Make sense? So it all goes back to what we said earlier. What is in your energy field? If you do your meditation and spiritual practice on a regular basis, the aura and the chakras are clear. You see things clearly. That's part one. And number two, because your heart and crown are very activated during the meditation, like meditation, twin hearts, or acts of service, you start seeing the good in people. Now watch this. I know some of you are going the other direction. Yeah, but if you only see the good in people, you don't see the bad in people, then you get fooled. You didn't let me finish. You get to see people accurately. You go, okay, this person is a good father, is a good boss, but they're terrible in cooking. Or you start noticing, she's an excellent architect. But, you know, she doesn't have the nicest taste in clothing. In other words, you see people clearly because your heart and crown are very activated. You look at them, you go, okay, these are their strengths, these are their weaknesses. That's it. You're just observing. You didn't look at and go to them, oh, by the way, you're good at architect, but man, your taste in clothes is horrible. Okay, what does that serve? Besides, if you have clarity and you have a stronger connection, heart and crown very activated, you can talk to the person, by the way, you know, the clothes that you wear might not be appropriate for this setting. He's saying the same thing. Instead of saying you're ugly, you find the right words to say to be able to, watch this, uplift the other person. Make sense? And in our relationship healing class, what we try to do is let's take an inventory. Okay? There's two parts. Inventory of yourself. If you have a relationship, what are the things you're bringing to the table that are wholesome and good to help the relationship? And number two, what are you also bringing to the table, consciously or subconsciously, that's sabotaging it? Now, why is that important? Because we have a tendency to look at the faults of other people without first looking at, hey, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses? It starts with us. You see, just to finish this, I know this is a topic for a longer discussion. If you look at people who like to criticize others, that's because oftentimes they're hiding, listen to this, they're hiding insecurity. They have low self-esteem in a certain part of their life, certain aspects of their life, so they have to cover it up with layers and layers of showing how terrible other people are, seeing the faults of other people, so they don't have to look in the mirror and see their own faults. So, the cure for excessive criticism of others is not just to stop it, but to actually do inner reflection. Why am I always so critical of other people? Is there a part of me that is trying to be covered up and distracted by looking at other people's faults, when in reality, I have more faults that I care to admit? So how do I fix it? That's how you do it. Now, some people say, yeah, you're describing a person who's a narcissist. Well, here's a problem. Listen carefully. As we start pointing out, oh, he's narcissistic, that person, so on, so on, so on, we're doing the same darn thing. You know what it is? You're pointing and criticizing before you look at yourself. That's usually the hardest one. And that's why, and I'll end with this, being on the spiritual path requires ruthless self-honesty. We've said this many, many times. Because without ruthless self-honesty, we have a tendency to create much drama, thought forms, to kind of anesthetize ourselves so we don't have to deal with our own weaknesses. And the way we do it is we look at the faults of other people. A person who has self-honesty would say, you know, if I grew up in that same circumstances as that person, I might turn out the way he does and act that way. I'm just blessed that I didn't, so I should not criticize. If there's something needs to be corrected, I will say it, but at the appropriate tone, at the appropriate dosage. Now, when I'm not talking to anyone, my self-talk and the words I use to myself also have to be honest. You know, maybe the reason I blew up on that person of how terrible their work is, and they procrastinate, because I do notice that I have a tendency to procrastinate. So I better correct that in myself too, because it's correct. I'm a manager, so I reprimanded them for not finishing the project on time, but it did not be that excessive where I was screaming and yelling and fired them or do something really extreme. When sitting them down and talking to them in a firm but loving tone would have done the job. And the reason I went overboard is because I myself have that fault, and instead of having to deal with it myself, I basically projected to the other person. Now, how many people do you know have that level of self-honesty? Not that many. So it's always important to look at the universe from the inside out, not the outside in. That's it. Very simple. So as I read this comic books, this Chinese comics, there's people are asking, hey, where do you get this? I got it from Singapore. They have a whole bookstore of it. And I don't know about you. I'm quite visual, so there's a tendency. I read it. Oh, that's interesting. But if I see it in like comic books, ooh, I get that. So, if you don't mind, I'll share more of those in the future, because I noticed that sometimes when you just use concepts, people don't get it. But if you have an image of a cartoon, whatever, it's a little graphic, they go, oh, I get the lesson. Okay, so that's it. So let's meditate. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints of all traditions, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Tsokhok Sui Mahaguja Mailing, we humbly ask for divine light, divine love. Thank you for your compassionate, purifying light, and soothing, healing energy. We thank you for blessing us with good self-esteem. Thank you for blessing us with accurate perception and correct expression, first of ourselves and of others. We thank you in full faith. So it is. Okay, put your hands like this. Put your awareness on your crown. I am that. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotion or the thoughts. I am the soul that moves the body, creates the feelings, creates the thoughts. That's the I am within me. The soul, the spiritual self. I, the soul, am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God. I'm one with God. I'm one with all. There's only oneness. We are one. Now open your hands in blessing. Imagine the earth in front of you. Just say our hearts are one, our souls are one, our spirits are one. There's only oneness. From your heart, imagine beautiful pink light flowing through your hands to fill the entire earth. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere in the world, let me sow unconditional love. Where there's injury, let me sow pardon and forgiveness. Where there's doubt, let me sow faith. Where there's despair, let me sow hope. If you know anyone going through challenging and difficult times in their life, may they be blessed with hope and with faith and a better tomorrow. So be it. Where there's darkness, let me sow light. And where there's sadness, let me sow joy. Just be with your heart in your hands and just fill the earth with peace, with love, with the spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and lots of joy. So be it. Just be still. Continue projecting beautiful pink light to the entire earth. May the entire earth be blessed with peace, with love, with the spirit of forgiveness, with hope and with faith, with light and lots of joy. So be it. Now be aware of your heart. Take a deep breath. Be aware of your hands. Be aware of your crown. Exhale. Now be aware of your crown in your hands. Imagine beautiful golden light just flowing from your crown through your hands. And bless your home. Bless your family with golden light. Let it extend to your relatives and friends. Let the golden light spread to your workplace, to the city, the country, let it fill the entire earth. From the heart of God, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with love and with kindness in thoughts, words, and actions. May all be blessed with great joy and happiness, with understanding, harmony, and divine peace. May all be blessed without exception. So be it. May all be blessed with peace, love, and kindness. Just be aware of your heart and your crown. Fill the earth with peace, with love, with a spirit of forgiveness. May all be blessed without exception. So be it. May all be blessed. Just be aware of your crown. Be aware of your heart, your crown. Take a deep breath. Fill the earth with beautiful golden light. Just be still. Let that golden light just flow through you. From the center of the heart of God, through my spirit, through my soul, through my entire being, may every person, every being on earth be blessed with loving kindness. May all beings in the higher worlds, middle worlds, even the lower worlds, may all beings be blessed with inner peace, inner healing. May all be blessed with understanding, harmony, goodwill, and the willingness to do good. May all be blessed without exception. So be it. Now just leave your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Just gently be aware of your heart and crown and the brilliant golden light flowing through you. Be still. May all be blessed. Now gently lower your hands. Keep your eyes closed, keep your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Imagine a brilliant golden flame just floating above your head. Be aware of the love within your heart. Send a stream of love from your heart up to the crown and into the golden light. Just stay there. Just be still. Will intensify the energy. Just be receptive. Be still. Be aware of the brilliant light, the inner peace, the inner stillness, the pure nothingness, and just simply let go. Let things be now. Gently, very slowly, very gently and slowly come back to your body. Gently move your fingers and toes. Gently and slowly come back. Raise your hands in blessing again. Picture the people you love in your life in front of you. Fill them all with beautiful golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, with happiness, with abundance and prosperity, and spirituality. So be it. Just bless the people you love with intense golden light. May their lives be blessed with joy and happiness. So be it. Now visualize your job and your career, bless it with success, with progress, with advancement, and lots of prosperity. So be it. Now we'll just add one more thing. Picture the people in front of you that you have over-criticized. Like you projected negative thoughts, negative emotions to them because part of it, because you were hurting inside, so you're just going to lash out at them emotionally or mentally. Visualize them in front of you. Fill them with golden light. Just say, may all of you be blessed with peace and with love. I'm very sorry for excessively criticizing and projecting negative energy at you. I humbly ask for your forgiveness. May you be blessed with peace and love, light and joy. So be it. So be it. So be it. May all be blessed. Bless the people who are being kind to you. Bless them with beautiful golden light. May their lives be even better than it was before. So be it. Now be aware of your feet and the base of your spine. Project golden light downwards into the earth. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it, and so it is. Okay, let's give thanks to the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints of all traditions, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. To my teacher, Master Tsokok Sui Mahagujumain, thank you. In full faith, and so it is. Right, open your eyes. So I hope you enjoyed the meditation. The last part, when you have inner peace and stillness, that's the time you can see things clearly. So one of the ways to, let's just say, make up for the screw-ups we did, I say we because I'm guilty of that too, you picture the people that you have over-criticized, people that you have said a lot of bad things or projected negative energy. When you're in a state of stillness and oneness, project love and kindness to them and bless them. Of course, we're not the one blessing. The blessings flowing through us, but just like aiming the hose of blessings at these people. And ask for forgiveness. Okay? That has therapeutic effects on them and especially on your soul. All right, so thank you very much for joining me. Please, if you survive this video, share it with as many people as possible because, let's face it, it seems to be in society, it's so easy to criticize because you just type it. You don't have to see the other person's reaction, right? On social media. You just post something, you have 1,000 people chiming, yeah, this and yeah, that. But if they're in front of the other person, but that is a reflection of what? The overcritical mind and emotions. And if you're truly on the spiritual path, you realize that's one of the character defects we all have to correct. Right, so we will see you 7 hours and 17 minutes from now for Anchor Light Part 2. And just to update you, tomorrow I'm flying to Florida for Tony Robbins. I think it's the largest Unleash the Power Within virtual. I think as of 3 weeks ago, they have 35,000 connections. You realize Zoom used to only have maximum like 1,000 or 4,000 connections at one time. He actually talked to the company, at the start of the pandemic, was able to expand it to 22,000. And now, I don't know how he did it, but it's now over 35,000. In fact, if you go to the studio, I think I should send you a picture of it. They call it the orchard. So in the back room, you have these rows and rows of Apple computers, and each one of them is handling how many accounts you have people just replying and connecting. It's amazing. And of course, Unleash the Power Within is something I highly recommend to everyone. It helps you get to know your emotions, your thoughts, and how to use your nervous system to improve your life. Some people just automatically know how to say the right thing, able to stop themselves from negative thinking. A lot of it is because the thought forms that go into your nervous system and through your body affect you. And so as you correct your thoughts, your emotions, and how you generate them, as you engage your physical body, the interface where these thought forms penetrate to your body and makes it part of how you identify yourself is your nervous system. So anyway, I highly recommend it. Unleash the Power Within starts tomorrow. I think you can still register. And Tony Robbins' wife, Sage Robbins, and myself will be doing the meditation Twin Hearts together with, I don't know how many people, easily. My guess, easily 100,000 people. Because if you got 35,000, usually when you look at the screen, there's at least 2-3 people in each one. You do the math. That many people doing meditation Twin Hearts together on Sunday. So just want to let you know that. All right? Anyway, I want to thank you for joining me. We will see you in 7 hours and 15 minutes. I can't believe I yacked for 3 minutes. Okay, namaste, take good care, God bless, and remember the lesson. Gloating and excessive criticism generates negative karma. So stop it.